It may not work for all veterans, but Joe Sepesy has made his life better by dancing. It's a Wednesday evening in a small room at Boardman's Creekside Fitness Center. Ray and High graduate and Vietnam veteran Joe Sepesy is having a dance lesson with his instructor, Linda McPhail.
We went to the ball at Kent State 2 weeks ago, and he had to start writing down names of who he was supposed to do which dance with because the women were seeking him out.
A month into my first tour, the Cambodian incursion occurred, and that was 2 months of hellacious flying.
Joe Sepesy spent 3 years as a helicopter pilot in Vietnam.
I was shot down in April of 1970, which compressed my spine, and that caused all kind of physical problems for me.
After Vietnam, he spent 30 years as a Youngstown school teacher. At one point, he was president of the Teachers Union.
The feeling of apathy is non-existent now.
Joe appeared to be living a normal life, but inside, Vietnam was still there. 31 years after the war, in 2004, he was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder.
I became more intense. There were more problems socially. It all added up, so I went to the VA clinic.
At the VA clinic, a counselor challenged Joe to come up with something to improve his quality of life. So in 2009, he chose, of all things, ballroom dancing.
When he came in, he was sort of a gruff and scary man and very loud and very direct. And he kind of put me off.
After 2 lessons, Linda could see Joe's determination to succeed. So she sought out additional training to help him.
And now he's our class greeter. He's the person that makes the new people feel welcome. He's a totally different Joe than the man that I met.
Joe has published 2 books on the therapeutic benefits of dancing and has also written his memoir titled Once We Flew. 42 years after his last tour in Vietnam, 11 years after being diagnosed with PTSD, and 6 years after taking up ballroom dancing, for Joe Sepesy, life is good.
I became more active. I lost weight. I no longer had to wear a leg brace. My limp diminished. I was socializing with people, having a great time. It was all this wonderful healing process, and that turned my life around.
Now, Joe says he's talked with other veterans that have PTSD and try to push them into ballroom dancing. He says it's hard for them to make that first step onto a dance floor. It's hard for anybody, really.
Right,
Yeah.
to each their own, right?
It is.
Why did Joe pick ballroom?
You know, that's a good question. He got the name of Linda McPhail, and somebody mentioned it to him. He put it on his refrigerator. His counselor suggested he find something to do to make him happy. His parents danced. He used to play in a band. Dancing with the Stars was big at the time, and I think he just said, why not?
Right.
And it worked. It was just kind of a shot in the dark, and it worked in the end.
And I've seen this video a few times now. You can tell they really have the chemistry, and they're having fun, right?
It looks like
That's
he's
the best
having
part.
a lot of fun. Yeah.
It's cool.
Well,